What is going on, everyone? Obviously, the Celtics are struggling, right? They just lost again today against the Houston Rockets at home, and their record's now 38 and 26. And when it comes to the Sixers and where we want to be at that third seed, we're grinding it out right now with the Pacers. And we know with Victor Oladipo that they're not going to be able to hold the same caliber record that they would with him. But it seems like they have been. But at times, maybe they're starting to fall. Who knows? But all I know is I'm taking a look here at the back stretch of the schedule for the Sixers and the Pacers. And just taking a look at if we can really do this. We need to do this. Don't get me wrong. I understand the Celtics are struggling insanely, but in the back of my mind, I know that there is a matchup problem. I know that there is a mental problem when it comes to the Sixers and overcoming the hump of the Celtics. I just don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. I want to grab that third seed. I want the Celtics to continue to fall and keep losing games, and I want to take advantage of the third seed. That's what I want. I want to see the Sixers team go out and grab that, and that's what my eyes are set on here for the back stretch, along with Joel Embiid finally coming back and finding this team's rhythm. That's what I want to see. But third seed to me is truly, really important. More important than I thought it would have been a few weeks back when we were taking a look at the standings. So, obviously, there are a ton of games in here where the Sixers play the Bulls, or they play the Mavericks, or they play the Magic, or they play these teams that aren't as great as some of the other ones. And same with the Pacers. The Pacers have a few Pistons games left, Hawks, Nets, Knicks, Bulls. You're going to have those type of squads, and who knows? Maybe somehow there's a win for one of those bad teams, and same against the Sixers. I'm not saying those are automatic W's, but they are wins that should happen. But here are the big ones for me when it comes to the Sixers and what's left in the season. We play the Rockets away. Okay, we play the Pacers at home. We play the Kings at home. And I'm not saying that we can't beat the Kings, but they're a pretty decent team, and they gave us trouble in their building. Now, I know that was in between two games. It was like the Warriors and the Raptors, and it was a trap game in the middle, but they're a decent team, and you can't just overlook them. We also have the Bucks away, the Celtics at home. I even threw the Nets at home in there because that's a matchup problem for us as well. They seem to always play us to the end, and then we play the Bucks at home. So there are some games left in there that we really need to prove ourselves, sitting at 40 and 23. Now, right now, the Pacers are 41 and 23, so they have that extra game and they have that extra win. But their back stretch here is pretty damn brutal. It really is. When you take a look at this, they play the Bucks away, they play us at home, they play the Thunder at home, they play the Nuggets away, and then listen to this road trip. Trailblazers away, Clippers away, Warriors away. Then back at home, they play the Nuggets, Thunder, and Celtics. Now, they're not all back-to-back games there, but that stretch of 10 games is really crucial for that team, and those are tough opponents, really hard-working opponents that they're not just going to easily be able to take those type of squads down to the wire and win all the time. When you compare the two, I say there's about 6 or 7 tough, really, games for the Sixers left in comparison to the Pacers' 10. And right now, we're just a better team. I know the Warriors lost. It feels tough. It feels hard right now because of the way it ended. We should have won the game. We had a chance to win the game, but the late-minute situations totally killed us, and it seems like that's a storyline that plays throughout all season long, but I see it a little differently with Jonah Bolden being our starter, and I'm not here to dissect that game. I'm here to take a look at where we really are and what we need to do to get into that third seed. We can't overlook these other opponents, and I'm not saying we can't. We still need to take care of the Cavs at home, the Kings at home, the Hawks away, the Magic away, the Timberwolves away, the Mavs away, the Hawks away, the Heat away. We still need to take control of those games too, and we can't overlook them just because they're not on our level, because those losses are going to come back to crush us if we don't, or if we do overlook them. I just sit here and I say, I don't want the fourth seed. I keep watching the Celtics lose and lose and lose, and as a Sixers fan, that obviously makes me thrilled. That makes me very happy. That's something I want to see. They give us problems. I don't want to see them. And I think if we can escape not seeing them in the playoffs, that's the best thing for us. I want the third seed. I want a 3-6 matchup. That's what I want. I want to see if the Celtics can fall to 5 and have Indiana maybe stay at 4. Who says that can't happen? It's not going to be easy, especially with the way we play. especially understanding we don't know if Joel Embiid is going to be back or when he's going to be back. But I want it. I want it so bad. I don't want to see the Celtics. I remember before the big Sixers-Celtics game, and we just added Tobias, and I was thinking of Jimmy Butler, Tobias, Boban. I said, give them to me. Give them to me. I want them. Then we lost at home, and now I'm facing reality that I just don't want to see them. And I shouldn't even have them on my mind. Really, I shouldn't. I shouldn't have them on my mind. They should be, I don't care about the Celtics. I only care about the Sixers, which is true. But in the deep back, in the back here. I know they cause us problems every time. I know that there's a mental block every time we see them. So here I go every night checking the scoreboard. How do the Celtics do? How do the Pacers do? Who do the Pacers play next? We need to have them lose. And they did kind of die down. They haven't been on their top game as they were. And everyone was kind of surprised that they even kept it up to the level that they did once Oladipo went down. But you're starting to see them lose some games. You're starting to see them slip. And the Sixers need to start taking advantage of these. They need to dominate the bad teams, and they need to win those key matchups against the teams that I starred. And there's 6 of them, and really there should be 7 because I didn't star the Kings game at home because that's a revenge game and we need to take care of it. But I don't want them to overlook those other squads. People are going to sit here and crush Brett Brown for every decision. And I'm not trying to lead this towards a Brett Brown discussion. And he's going to say, he's the problem, this and that. He sucks here. He can't do this. Listen, reality is he's the coach for the rest of the year. So that the yelling and the yapping and saying this and that about Brett Brown, he's going to be here for the rest of the season. So there's no reason to argue about it. There's no reason to complain about it. Worry about that in the offseason. Wait until you see what happens in the playoff run. Wait till you see to scream about Jimmy Butler. I hear everyone scream about Jimmy Butler. I can't stand it. Wait until you see what he does in the playoffs. Wait until he has that big fourth quarter that puts us over the edge in the playoffs. And then what are you going to say? Oh, he's not worth it. I don't want to hear it. Wait until the offseason to scream about Brett. I'm not someone who thinks Brett is 100% the best coach in the world. I get he has flaws. But I can't stand every single loss we ever have is 310% Brett Brown's fault. But every win that we have, he gets zero credibility for it. That's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. Sure, in your mind, maybe you think it is. Oh, you say it's the player's reason why we won when we win. But then when we lose, it's the coach's fault. It's not the player's fault why we lost. We need to find rhythm, though, in some of these guys. JJ needs to get going. I can't see him shoot 22%. He needs to find his stroke from behind the arc. I can't stand watching him miss all these open shots. That kind of killed us last game. That was the reason why our slump kind of started. He missed a wide open 3. He missed a floater. And everything went downhill after that. We need him to be more successful. We need our guys to get healthy. We need Tobias to be able to hit more than one field goal in the second half. Now, I love Tobias, and I think he's a dog, and I don't think he will do that very consistently, but he needs to be better in the second half. Same with Ben. He's got to hold himself accountable and not have 9 turnovers. He had a monster first half. If he could play like he did in the first half consistently, now we're talking. But all around, my big thing is we need that 3rd seed. I take a look at this back stretch here. It's very doable compared to the Pacers. I think the Pacers have 10 legit hard matchups, and we have about 6. We need to take control of that 3rd seed. And we can. We just got to play smarter, play harder, get healthier, and find some rhythm. But I believe we can. A few weeks back, I don't know if I would have believed myself. But I have a new outlook right now. Even though we lost last game, I take positives out of that. To be in it, to be in that kind of fight with no Embiid and no Boban, and you're rocking Jonah Bolden, and the only 2 guys who really provided anything off the bench was Mike Scott and TJ, and that's what it's really going to be like in the playoffs, and you're going up against the best team in the league? No, when Boban gets healthy and all that, we'll have him added to the mix. But you're going up against the best team in the league and doing it? I take a positive out of it. And I crushed Mike Scott. And if he could play like that, okay, yeah, that's very productive. And I like his attitude he brings. I like the swag that he plays with off the bench, the grit. Getting into people's faces. That's a couple times now. Someone went after Ben the other night. He goes in his face. In the Warriors game, he gets in their face. He fits. He fits. If he can shoot the ball like that. Now, do I expect him to drop 22 every night off the bench? No, I don't. But if he can hit threes for us off the bench and play with that attitude, hell yeah, I'm on board. And I think the Sixers team can do it. They can get this third seed. I need this third seed. I need it. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.